Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the news live on Rupavahini ChannelEye. I'm Sharon Masquinius.
Good evening, I'm Lakshita Dirasinghe, and to start off, we take a quick look at the top stories for tonight.
Members have been appointed to the Colombo Port City Economic Commission. The vaccination process is being carried out in 9 districts. The second dose of the Sinopharm vaccine is to be given after the 8th of next month. The World Health Organization says that the immunity generated through the first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine will last for 6 months. 48 bus passengers accused of violating travel restrictions have been arrested. The UNP Working Committee decides to appoint Ranil Wickremesinghe to the vacant national list position of the party.
On to those and other stories in detail, starting off with the top story for tonight. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has appointed members to the Colombo Port City Economic Commission. President's Counsel Gamini Marapana is the chairman of the commission. Some of the members of the committee are Secretary to the Treasury S.R. Artigala, Secretary to the Ministry of Water Supply Dr. Priyat Bandhu Wickrama, and former Chairman of the Sri Lanka Board of Investment Salia Wickremasurya. The other members include Chairman and Managing Director of the Oral Corporation Kushan Kodituakku, Managing Director of the Mercantile Investment and Finance Gerard Ondachi, and Chairman and Managing Director of the McLaren's Group of Companies Rohan De Silva. Australian High Commissioner in Sri Lanka David Howley has met President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the President's office this morning. The Australian envoy has pledged the President that Sri Lanka will continue to receive the assistance of the Australian government in the fields of investment and education in Sri Lanka. Attention has also been focused at the meeting on the possibility of Sri Lanka being upgraded as a centre of higher education in the South Asian region. The President has pointed out that 2 ship accidents have taken place in Sri Lankan sea territory within a short period. He added that Sri Lanka is seeking the assistance of the Australian government in evaluating the environmental damages caused as a result of these accidents. The President further said that Sri Lanka is also anticipating the technological assistance of the Australian government regarding the government's program on an agricultural industry based on the utilization of organic fertilizer. The High Commissioner has also focused the attention of the President on the establishment of an export market targeting India and many countries in the Middle East, and also on the creation of more investment opportunities for value-added products. Australia and Sri Lanka have been maintaining friendly relations for a period of over 75 years. High Commissioner David Howley, recalling on this friendship, says that a stock of medical equipment donated by the Australian government for COVID treatment facilities in Sri Lanka is scheduled to be airlifted to the island on the 3rd of next month. First Secretary of the Australian High Commissioner's Office, Ms. Amity Bradley, Defence Advisor Navy Captain Ian Kane, President's Secretary Dr. P. Vijayasundara, Foreign Secretary Admiral Jainath Kolambage were also present at the talks.
The World Health Organization says that the COVID-19 immunity from the first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine will last for 6 months. This was stated in a technical paper issued by the organization in the weekend. The paper also deals with the after effects of taking the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Earlier, the WHO has pointed out that the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine should be taken between 8 and 12 weeks after taking the dose of the first vaccine. It has also been pointed out that the failure to produce adequate quantities of AstraZeneca vaccine worldwide has caused a problem in the administering the second dose to people in many countries. The WHO issuing a communique says a problem has also arisen regarding providing the second dose of the COVAX vaccine to around 20 million African citizens who have received the first dose under the COVID vaccine program. The technical paper clarifying on the emerging issues further says that the power of the immunity of the first dose of the vaccine remains for a period of 6 months. It adds that scientific evidence points out that antibodies produced within the body due to the inoculation of the dose would last for more than 26 weeks.
The main economic trade centers and wholesale trading outlets have remained open for business only today. These economic centers will once again declare open on the 3rd and 4th of next month. However, the Traders Association of the Dambulla Economic Centre says that the Dambulla Economic Centre has remained open continuously since yesterday. The reason has been the receipt of large quantities of vegetables from almost all parts of the island and the prevailing higher demand for such produce. The Kapetipola Economic Centre, which is the main centre for the island-wide distribution of upcountry vegetables, also remained open today. Our correspondent says that, however, there was no heavy congestion at the centre today as reported yesterday. All types of vegetables have fetched moderate prices in normal trading. The Thamuttegama Economic Centre has also received more than 500,000 kilos of vegetables and fruits today. However, the prices were reported to have remained in a lower level in comparison to yesterday's trading. Bulk trading has been carried out at the Valisara Economic Centre as well today. A large number of traders who have received permits for mobile trading were present at the centre. The vegetable prices have remained at a lower level at this centre today in comparison to yesterday's figures. The Narahempita Special Economic Centre was also opened for wholesale trade today. Manager of the centre, Roshan Rajapaksa, said that essential food items including vegetables and fruits have been issued to 192 permit holders for the supply of essential services. The Ratmalana and Bokundara economic centres were also opened for bulk trade today according to protective health measures. Chairman of the Colombo District Development Committee and Parliamentarian Pradeep Undugoda was also present at the centre to inspect wholesale trading. The Manikkumbura Economic Centre in Katugastota Kandy has also remained open today. Large stocks of vegetables brought from many parts of the country were seen at the centre.
In other stories, Vietnam's industrial northern province of BAC Giang has allowed 9 factories to reopen following the virus closures today, while the business hub of Ho Chi Minh City in the south began enforcing new social distancing measures to curb the spread of the COVID-19.
Vietnam began a new spate of social distancing restrictions in Ho Chi Minh City on Monday, in an effort to curb a sharp rise in COVID-19 cases. The new measures will be in effect for 15 days. Local authorities said they would conduct citywide COVID-19 tests in the business hub, with testing capacity at 100,000 samples per day. Policemen, checkpoints and students vacated a dorm to make way for a 6,000-bed field hospital. Compounding concerns is the discovery over the weekend by Vietnamese officials of a very dangerous combination of the Indian and UK variants, which spreads quickly by air. The total number of cases in Vietnam has more than doubled in the past month alone. In the north of the country, factories supplying global tech firms like Apple and Samsung are operating below capacity because of outbreaks, according to industry sources. State media said 4,000 factory workers were screened and vaccinated for the virus before returning to production lines on Monday.
President's Counsel Sanjay Rajaratnam, who has assumed duties as the 48th Attorney General of Sri Lanka, called on Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at the Temple Trees today. The Prime Minister has extended congratulations to the new Attorney General, who has arrived to inform that he has assumed duties in the new post. The Prime Minister on this occasion has focused the attention of the new Attorney General on the state of the burnt-out Express Pearl ship and the future legal measures to be taken with regard to the damages caused to the marine environment as a result of the fire of the vessel. The new Attorney General has assured that the relevant measures will be taken expeditiously. He further said that special attention will also be focused on the accused of the Easter Sunday terror attack and also regarding further investigations. The Attorney General has further pointed out that cases will be filed without delay against the culprits. The Prime Minister has pointed out that a methodology has been implemented previously to seek the assistance of state attorneys at law in the examination of murder cases at the magistrate courts. He added that due to the non-implementation of this practice, problems have been created. He has also called on the new Attorney General to discuss on this issue with the Ministry of Justice and to take remedial measures. The Attorney General has extended thanks to the Prime Minister for providing a new building to the Department of the Attorney General. Prime Minister's Secretary Gamini Senarath and Head of the Prime Ministerial Staff Yoshita Rajapaksa have also participated in the discussion. Recording of statements from several members of the crew, including the captain of the burnt-out Express Pearl ship, has commenced today. The Department of Criminal Investigations has obtained the statements from the crew members currently undergoing quarantine at an immediate COVID treatment center in Vellavatta. The investigation team is comprised of 10 police officers. Statements have been recorded today from the captain, chief engineer and deputy chief engineer of the ship. Extracts of the statements are to be presented to the Attorney General for the purpose of receiving instructions. Statements are to be obtained from all 25 crew members of the ship. Meanwhile, State Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says that a 5,000 rupee relief payment will be provided to fishermen who have been engaged in fishing in the coastal areas from Negombo to Panadura and deprived of their daily living as a result of the ship fire incidents. Our correspondents have observed how people in the Ambalangoda and Hikkadu areas were engaged in buying additional quantities of salt, fearing that the fire would cause an impact on salt production. The Ceylon Salt Company and private salt traders say that there will not be any shortage of salt as a result of the ship fire incident. The necessary health protection and cleaning equipment for the naval personnel engaged in the cleaning of beaches were handed over today. The items have been contributed by a group including the President of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Youth League, State Minister D.V. Chanaka, Secretary of the Youth Front parliamentarian Nipuna Ranawaka and several members of the Gampaha District Political Authority were also present at this occasion. However, the group was not granted permission to engage in the beach cleaning activities due to the imposition of travel restrictions.
The National Dengue Control Unit says there is a tendency for an increase in the spread of the dengue disease from this month to July this year. This was disclosed at a media briefing held in Colombo today to enlighten the relevant groups on the measures taken by the government to control the situation. Director of the National Dengue Control Unit, Dr. Anura Jayasekara, said that they would be able to prevent the spread of the dengue epidemic in Sri Lanka if the general public duly fulfill their obligations at this moment. He added that the people must keep their environment clean. They must also act in a manner to prevent the spread of the disease in their workplaces as well. Specialist physician Dr. Nimalka Pannilahetti said that they expect an increase in the number of dengue patients with the commencement of the monsoon season. She added that accordingly they have to make measures to control the spread of the disease. Municipal Commissioner and the Colombo Municipal Council Attorney at Law Rushika Disanayaka said that 581 dengue patients have been reported from the Colombo city by the end of the month of May. A considerable number of victims were small children. She further said that they are aware how dangerous the disease could become, especially in children. The dengue disease could be prevented. The attorney at law has further pointed out that reducing travelling and acting according to health guidelines are some of the responsibilities entrusted upon us. Dr. Indika Veera Singh of the National Dengue Control Unit said that a common symptom of both dengue and COVID-19 disease is high body temperature or fever. However, in the case of COVID-19, the prominent disease characteristics is the abnormality in the respiratory system. Such a condition is not common among dengue patients. However, fever and extreme body pains are found in patients suffering from both diseases. Therefore, the general public should become extremely vigilant on such disease conditions. Dr. Veera Singh added that the best way to determine whether a person is afflicted with dengue or the COVID-19 disease is to obtain medical advice.
In the meantime, provision of vaccines under the COVID-19 immunization program has been carried out successfully in 9 districts today as well. Head of the National Operational Centre for the Prevention of the COVID-19 Outbreak and Army Commander General Shavendra Silva says that inoculation of the second dose of the Sinopharm vaccine for all those who have received the first dose of this vaccine will commence on the 8th of next month. The second dose of the Sinopharm vaccine could be received from the same place where the first dose was obtained. The vaccination programs in the Western Province as well as in the districts of Kurunegala, Galle, Matara, Kandy, Ratnapura and Jaffna districts have been carried out successfully today as well. The people in the Kandy district have received the vaccines for the second day today. One of the vaccination programs was conducted at the premises of the Pilavala Central College in Kundasale. Inoculation programs in the Kundasale Divisional Secretariat Division were conducted at the Kengalla Tamil College and at the Bandaranaike College. The Sri Lanka Army Wanita unit has extended assistance to the vaccination programs conducted in the Balagolla East and Ihalavila divisions today. Minister Namal Rajapaksa has inspected the vaccination program in the Ratnapura district, which has been carried out successfully for the second day today. The program was conducted in 18 Grama Seva divisions today. COVID immunization vaccines have been successfully inoculated at vaccination centres established at the Koswatha Central College, Kalavana and Pothupitia Central College. Minister Namal Rajapaksa has also monitored the vaccination program at the Bulugahapitiya Pirivena in Ahaliyagoda. People in the Kiriyalla Grama Seva division were vaccinated at the Kiriyalla Sri Devarakita Primary School. The vaccination programs in the Ratnapura electorate were conducted at the Samanpiyasa Viharasthanaya and also at the Kettarama Viharasthanaya. Residents in the Nivitigala electorate were vaccinated at the Pallekada Viharasthanaya in Nivitigala. Residents in the Kudugodara Grama Seva division in Ambilipitiya have been inoculated with the Sinopharm vaccine at the Kanabendiyara school. The vaccination program in the Jaffna district has also got underway successfully for the second day today. The COVID immunization vaccine was given to nearly 3,000 persons yesterday. 61 Grama Niladhari divisions in the district have been selected for the immunization program under the instructions of the Ministry of Health and also under the guidance of the Office of the Director of Health Services in the Northern Province. The people in the area have extended their thanks to the health divisions for the successful conducting of the inoculation program. The vaccination program in the Gaul district was conducted for the fifth day today. The vaccination program in the Kadavat Satra Divisional Secretariat Division in Gaul was conducted at the Subhadra Rama Viharaya in Maitipe. Our correspondent says that the staff of the Akmimana Medical Officer of Health Service Office as well as Rural COVID Committee members were also inoculated. 1,000 persons in the Moravaka Grama Niladhari division have also received the Sinopharm vaccine at the Moravaka Kirti Abe Vikrama National School organized by the Medical Officer of Health Kotapola. The Medical Officer of Health in Ambalangoda has conducted a vaccination program in the Thalgaskoda Grama Niladhari division. The Sri Lanka Army has taken the initiative to provide the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine to people in Vellavatta, Colombo today. Vaccination programs have been organized in many parts in Colombo district today as well. People in the Alubomulla West Grama Niladhari division in Bandaragama in the Kalutara district has received the COVID immunization vaccine at the Bandaragama Medical Officer of Health today. People in the Wakada East and North Grama Niladhari divisions have also received the Sinopharm vaccine today. Residents of the Eastern Wasama of the Horana Medical Officer of Health division were inoculated at the Sri Pali Theatre. Second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine was inoculated on employees and traders as well as shop owners of the Valisara Special Economic Centre today. Government officials in the Udubaddawa in the Kurunagala district have received the vaccine at the Kattimahana Medical Office of Health division in Dummala Surya today. People in the Bamunugedara Grama Seva division in the Kurunagala Medical Officer of Health division have received the vaccine at the Ranaviru Vidyalaya. Residents of the Ibbagamus Grama Seva division were inoculated at the Kirindigalla College premises. Residents in the Kovana Grama Niladhari division were inoculated at Sri Sumangala Pirivena. The people in Malsiripura were also inoculated today. 13,000 persons in 14 Grama Seva divisions in Pannala have been inoculated. Our correspondent says that steps have been taken to inoculate 900 persons in Veherahena and Kakunadura Medical Officer of Health Office in Matara. So far, 1,956,742 persons have been inoculated under the COVID-19 immunization program. 925,242 persons have received the first dose of the Covishield vaccine. 345,789 have received the second dose under the Covishield vaccination program. The first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine has been delivered to 666,612 persons. The second dose of the same vaccine has been given to 2,435 persons. The first dose of the Sputnik V vaccine has been provided to 16,664 persons.
A bus which carried passengers to Colombo from Akkarepattu violating travel restrictions have been taken into police custody and produced to the Ampara Magistrate Courts. It was released on a cash bail of 10 million rupees. The driver and the conductor of the bus have been placed under detention till the 10th of next month. The bus was apprehended by the police at the Namaloya checkpoint in Ampara yesterday when it was transporting 48 passengers. The same bus were taken into custody by the Akkarepattu police. The Akkarepattu police station, after receiving verbal statements from the passengers, dropped the passengers at their residences by the same bus. Beautician Chandimal Jayasinghe and model Pumi Hansamali have been released on bail after being arrested on charges of conducting a birthday party at a five-star hotel last night, breaching quarantine laws. The police headquarters have recommended to transfer an assistant superintendent of police over the incident of participating in a birthday party on the sidelines of attending a period ceremony at a police station in Kurunegala. The police says that the recommendations have been directed to the Secretary of the Ministry of Public Security. Meanwhile, a container truck with 2 suspects have been nabbed at the police roadblock in Ridithanna, Chennai, while illegally engaging in transporting liquor, controverting travel restrictions. 9,240 liquor bottles valued at 17 million rupees have been apprehended. The police says that 715 persons who have violated health guidelines in the last 24 hours had ended at 6 o'clock this morning have been arrested. Island-wide operations are being carried out continuously. Steps have been taken to open all airports in the island for passengers with effect from tomorrow. Airline passengers from Vietnam are not permitted to enter the island. Those who have travelled in Vietnam for 14 days are also prohibited to enter Sri Lanka. A further 1,531 COVID-19 patients were detected today. 1,915 fully recovered patients have left the hospitals today. Accordingly, the total of recoveries in the country has increased up to 151,740. A total of 31,802 COVID-19 patients are still receiving treatment at hospitals. With the death of a COVID-19 patient at a home for the aged in Siriparaku, Mawatangoda, the remaining inmates were subjected to PCR tests. The tests have confirmed that all inmates were afflicted with the COVID-19 disease. Minister Namal Rajapaksa attended the opening of the COVID Intermediate Treatment Centre constructed at Halthara Divisional Hospital in Millania, Bandaragama today. In other stories, the United National Party Working Committee has unanimously decided to appoint party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe to the national list position of the party at a meeting held today. The name of Ranil Wickremesinghe to the post was proposed by party president Vajra Bewardena. It was seconded by Ananda Kularatna.
And that's all the stories for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at the very same time. Until then, good night and stay safe.